Hi, in this video we will look into the process of changing the view direction in order to draw the projected views of an object. So I have a sectional plan of an object open here, and I want to draw the elevations from all the directions of this object. So I'm going to start with this front view here. So in order to draw the elevations, I may first draw a rectangle here. This will act as a base line for the top and bottom of the object, and I will draw an offset of this rectangle. So this edge is going to be the top edge of my object. Now in order to draw this elevation, this is going to be quite easy. You just draw a baseline in the conventional way. You can draw a baseline and then you start projecting the lines from this direction straight away. Now this is the normal way we most of us draw the elevation. So in this case I'm just going to drag and drop the elevation which I have already drawn here to speed up the process. So I have this elevation, this view here, and I'm just going to anchor it right there, and this is going to be my front view. I may also make this offset of this rectangle to make a reference for the baseline. Now these two, this is the top baseline and this is the bottom baseline, so all the views will also be aligned to that view. I'm also going to draw some reference lines for the edges. So I will draw a next line and an horizontal line. Let's draw two horizontal lines for both to mark the edges, and I will also draw two vertical lines in order to use that as a reference for these two edges. Now the next thing is I want to draw this side view. This is where it gets tricky. So some people, they just copy the whole object to the side, then they start drawing the views for that object. Now that one is quite okay, but we have another way to do this without copying the base object. So in order to draw that, we have to move the UCS icon. We have to rotate the UCS icon and change it such that right now the XY is looking up, X is looking to the right. We rotate this such that the X is looking up, so we will get a view from this direction. I mean, so imagine this is our current UCS position, and this is a 90-degree rotation. This is a 180-degree, and this is a 270-degree, like that. But this is, you don't want to get confused with those degrees. I'm going to show you this in an easy way. Two things you have to do. First, you need to make, if it is not selectable, see when I pick the UCS icon here, it's highlighting the UCS icon with grips. That is because of a setting. You have to make sure that you have to type UCS icon in the command prompt and make it selectable. So in this case my selectable is turned yes. That's why it is able to select. If it is no, see when I'm picking on the UCS icon, it is I'm not able to pick it. So first you type UCS icon and make sure that is selectable. Now if you pick the UCS icon here, make sure that is made yes, and now if you pick it, you can select it. Now another thing you have to do is you have to make the origin as origin option as origin. If it is no origin, it will always be defaulted to this lower left corner. We want the UCS to be moved somewhere here convenient, so we can do the rotation on it. So make sure this is set to OR and it will move to the current origin. Now you don't want to be there, the UCS icon don't need to be there. You can just move it slightly somewhere out. So I'll turn off my auto and I can move it to a convenient position here. So just zoomed out so that it is now not residing on the lower left corner where it is a bit difficult for me to select. Now once you do that, these are the two settings. Make the UCS selectable, then make it as the origin point, the icon to be somewhere on the screen where you can conveniently select it. Now the another setting you have to do is type UCS follow and make the number from 0 to 1. Now this, what will happen is, if it is 1, when you rotate the UCS icon, the view will also follow the UCS. This is an important setting which we have to make, otherwise even if you rotate the UCS icon, the view is not going to follow the UCS. So make sure UCS follow is set to 1. Once you have done that, that's all we need. So now let me make a marker here. So I'll put a circle, a small circle here, and what I need is the view to be rotated in such a way that this circle is now pointing to the bottom, so that I can draw the elevation of this side. So make sure all the settings are done. Then once you are done, pick the UCS icon, then grab the end grip. So here in this case I can rather grab this Y grip or X grip, but in this case I'm going to grab the X grip here. So pick it and make a rotation of minus 90, so anti-clockwise 90. Make sure you turn on the ortho so that it moves to 90 degrees. So in this case this was the original location. I just move it up so the X is pointing up. Now watch what happens when I click here. When I click here, the view is rotated. The default UCS is defaulted back to its XY. That's fine. And now you have the a circle which we place as a marker pointing down. Now you can draw the view from this direction straight away. Now in this case I have also drawn it somewhere here, so I'll rather just drag and drop that view in order to speed up the process. I'm going to, now I have to make sure that I position this to the right place. So I'm going to move this, and I pick the intersection to be that reference line. Now once you have done this, you can now save this view. This is also important. Otherwise, once you do a rotation again, you have to do the rotation each and every time in order to get that view. So in order to avoid it, I'm going to save this view. To save the view, go to the top left corner of the screen, and then under the view control you have the view manager. Open the view manager and then go to the model views and say a new view. So maybe you can give a view direction, a new name for this direction. Maybe I can type let's call this as right side view. So that means that's my right hand view, and that's all other settings remain same, and give OK and apply and OK. Now what happens here is if you click there once again, a new view is saved on this this view here. Don't worry about this view, this was there somewhere originally in the drawing. So this is the new view which we have created here. If now that is the current view. Let's say we click on the top once again. So that was the original view where it is saved, so it has now reverted back to the top view. And if you click here, you can pick the right side view, and the view comes back again. Now let's create another view for this direction. So I'm going to move this once again to somewhere where I can pick it, and then I pick this, I grab this X one more time, make sure the auto is turned on, and then make another rotation. Now we have the view, this side view pointing down. Here I would start my elevation again. Once again I'll bring it from the my saved saved library here, and I'm going to move this this endpoint to be on that intersection. Now we have all the views. Similarly, you can draw all the views. In this case, I'm going to also save this view. So I'll pick on the view once again. I'll go to the view manager, and then I will call this as a model views and new view, and I'll call this as the rear view. So type rear view over there, and then all settings remain same. give OK and apply and OK. Now you have another view saved here. If you click here in the custom model views, we have the right side view, rear view, and the right side view. If you flipped to your top view, you have the original view there, and if you want to go to the other views, you can click on the right side view. You have the right side view pointing down, and then you have the rear view if you pick the rear view there. So now let's think about some other issues here. We want to draw dimensions, so we'll turn on the view you need, and then start doing the dimension. In this case, I'll draw 1 or 2 dimensions for the sample to show you in this example. So I've drawn 2 dimensions, and I'll also put some text there. I'm going to type a leader, and maybe I will type a text as veneered surface. So in this case, I'm going to type a text called veneered surface, and that is only a sample text there. Now to draw the other elevations, go to that views once again. So here on the right side view, I'm going to draw put some dimensions in that direction as well. So here is the 980 view, and then maybe here I'll put another text here to give an indication for that leg support. So let me type some text there. Maybe I'll call this as adjustable legs. So that is the text there. And if you want to draw some dimensions or annotations for that view, let's turn on that as your current view. We'll call this rear view, and I'll put start dimensioning, give some dimension there, some vertical, and maybe dimensions to show what is there in the display. In this case, I'll put much dimension there, and maybe I'll give a leader to show this view. Let me call this as glass display. So we have all the annotations drawn in all the directions. Now let's temporarily hide all these reference lines. So I'll pick all the lines, and maybe I'll go to isolate, and then I'll hide the selection. Now I have all the objects here. Now what are you going to do for the printing of these objects? So let's come to the layout tab here. So I'm going to the layout tab, which I named as a plot, and you have an empty sheet here. Let's try to put our first view. So I'm going to type viewports. You can type also MV. Let's give a single viewport there. So you have the first view drawn here. So let's consider this as our first object. So let me bring this a little bit down. So let's say we fix some scale for the screen. So we have all of them almost same. Maybe I'll put okay. I will go for 0.05, whatever that scale is, in order for you to see all the objects on in the same size. So that's the first view, which is ready for me. You can do this in any view. It's not necessary, but it's a good idea to start putting your elevations in the default view. So I will now come back to the plot once I put this as top as my view before I go into the layout tab. So let's come back to the layout tab here, and I have this view which is quite okay there, and let's copy the viewport there. I'm going to stretch it slightly so that I will get the plan view, and I'm going to stress this. Now we have another issue. See, when I click inside, I'm going to lose that existing zoom level. So here you pick inside and you lose it. This is because of the UCS follow setting which we did before we wanted to set that UCS icon. So let's change it back again. So you might encounter this issue even while you draw a normal drawing. So if somebody has set that to UCS follow, each time you click a viewport, it will zoom out to the maximum. So in order to avoid it, let's make this UCS follow. I have to draw UCS follow as 1. So let's come to this viewport here and type UCS follow, and that is 1. Let's make it to 0, and then let's do this also to 0. UCS follow, I'll type UCS follow, I'll make it 0, and now set the zoom. So here we have our zoom level, which we know to be 0.05, and now you set your view here. Let's come down, and then let's set the first view here. So here, that's my first view set, and let's copy this viewport, and then let's stretch it slightly so that we have the plan view displayed over there. Let's come back and let's put a bit more stretch so that the other dimensions are. We haven't put any dimension for this object. That's fine. We don't want that. Just for the view here. Now, what I want to show you is, if you now double click, there is no problem of that zooming out issue. That's because we have to make the UCS follow back to 0 once we have done with our work in the model space. Now, let's copy this here in order to show the side view. Let me see what's happening on the side. So we know that side view is, we have drawn it somewhere here. So let's stretch that to see the side view. Cannot see it. Maybe that's on the other side. Let's see what's happening here. Yeah, that's here, and let's now stretch it slightly in so that the object is now completely visible. So we have some text there as well. This text is also, so let's stretch it slightly in so that we don't have the other object popping up. Once you're done this, the view has to be rotated back. So what you do is you simply rotate the viewport. Do a rotation of the viewport, and you have it perfectly aligned over here. So we can now just move it back, and we have the object displaying correctly. So like this, you can also copy the other object. I'm going to also copy this. So that's the other view, other elevation which we have drawn, and let's put it right there. Let's give a rotation. So I'm giving the rotate command here, nothing big, and then move the viewport back so that they're all aligned correctly. So in this way, we can you can put all this into some layer which is not plottable, and you can turn those layers off. So maybe I'll put this into the depth point so that the object is the viewport is hidden. So like this, you can rotate the view. See, now all the views are perfect. You come to the model space, and you can always go back to the other views in order to make arrangements. So this is some people consider this as a more professional approach. I don't personally do this. I rather copy the plan and then draw it. But this is just for you in case you encounter such drawings, or if you are wondering what is happening with all these views rotated, why it is rotated, etc. You can use this method. This is how firstly we can create a change in view direction to draw all the projected elevations of the drawing. So that's about in this video. Hope you learned something new. If you do find this useful, please put a comment, and also do a like in my YouTube page. Also subscribe, and also if you want any special topics, please put it in the comment box. I'll be creating a video for that. Now thanks for watching. Bye just now.